Friends, Doc South saying hey, and another story for you. I'm going to try to do more of these stories about people I met one way or another that were just kind of an influence or a pleasant chance encounter. Uh, and you know, if you think about it, we all have these. You do well to think yourself on some of these people that influenced you uh, or just made your life a little better or a little wiser. Um, it's pretty cool thing to do. It's fun. If nothing else, when you got nothing else to think about, you can kind of throw your cares away and from present day, and just kind of dwell for a little while, saying, "Gosh, let me think of someone I once, one way or another, ran into that was kind of cool to know. Maybe someone famous, maybe someone not so famous. You get the idea." Well, I got one for you. For me, I know one night was down at the squad hall in North Carolina. We get this. Oh my God! The police come over the through the dispatcher, our dispatcher. They called him or radioed him. I think they radioed him, and the dispatcher said, "Man, you boys go on down. You head out the driveway and straight down the highway. Hang a right and head straight down the highway, and you'll see the flashing lights. It's about a mile, maybe a mile and a half from here. And hurry. Been a bad wreck." And oh my God, we go flying down the road, and lo and behold, man, our dispatcher was right. There was a car wrapped around a tree, and woo, and a car that was once nice and straight was now in a U shape, right again around this darn tree, and there was a kid inside, and the cop said, told us to be careful because this kid was really drunk, and evidently to the point of darn near blacked out, and he was in and out of consciousness. He had some rough injuries, nothing that was life threatening, but it was some rough stuff. And man, he he was in and out of consciousness, and well, we got him out of the car okay, and he was hurting. Man, you went to move his leg, and they'd hear him in 4 counties yelling, and we told him, just we're doing the best we can. Let's get you on the ambulance, and we'll drive. Once we get you secured, we'll get you to the hospital, and the doctors will give you something for the pain. Of course, we're both my rescue partner and me are both thinking, I don't think I'm going to be giving him anything for a while, because man, this kid was loaded. And we get to the ER with him, the ER, and get him off into one of the examination rooms, and well, the nurses go to work on him, the doctors, and they're kind of cutting and cutting his clothes off and getting seeing all, trying to stop whatever bleeding there might be. And well, of course, pretty soon here comes the cop, one of the cops. I think it was actually a Carolina trooper come in, and he's saying, "Is that kid in the what room's he in?" Man, he said, well, he's in that back room over yonder there, and well, doggone man, he says, they working on him now? He said, yeah, the doctor thinks he's gonna be okay, but he's banged up. Well, he should be banged up. That idiot chugged a whole pint of Jim Beam, whatever, 100 proof, whatever it was, and then takes off driving. He was driving down that highway blacked out. He's lucky he's alive. Well, you're going to be so lucky when I start throwing tickets on him. And well, and then who comes walking in right behind the trooper is the kid's dad. "Where's my son?" And we said, well, he's going to be okay. No, he's not going to be okay. I'm going to whoop him within an inch of his doggone life. Oh, his hide's going to be sore. We said, well, don't hit him right now. He's got so many fractures, he just don't know what's up. And the doctors are working on him, though. He will be okay. And the trooper introduces introduces the himself to the dad, and they're both all of a sudden they're fast friends. And the trooper said, "Look, I'm going to be giving him a bunch of tickets." The officer said, "That's all." I mean, the dad said, "That's all right. He's going to find a job and pay them all off too." And oh my God, well, the trooper and the dad were both all of a sudden became fast friends. I dare say probably for life. And the kid, they eventually we all kind of waited around about 20, 30 minutes, and the doctor said, "Okay, look, we got him. We can't sedate him much right now. He's still pretty drunk, but he'll be okay. He's miracle of miracles. He's just got a few simple fractures, and we don't think he's got any brain injury or." The dad said he's going to have some rear end injury in a little bit. Doctor said don't hit him there right now. He's got fractures. It won't work. Don't do it. You holler at him all you want. The dad said, "I can holler at him." "Yes, go in and holler at him all you want. Don't lay a hand on him though. No. And he says, "Okay, I won't." He's like, "I wouldn't anyway, but doggone, I'm mad. Darn kid, drinking like that. He knows better." And the trooper said, "Well, Dad, you go in there and see him first, and I'm going to go in and see him. We'll and we'll give him an earful. What do you say?" And they slap five like people do. And oh my God, it was like a tag team match. They'd run in, yell at the kid. Dad would run in, yell at the kid. He'd say, "Well, look, the police want to talk to you." And he'd go out, and here come the police. They'd be reading him the riot act and writing up one ticket after another, and the kid's just groaning. And then my rescue partner and I, we go walking in. "How you doing, kid?" "Oh, man," he says, "I'm in such trouble." "Well, yeah, you are. You're lucky you're alive, though. You could have been killed. You should see one day when you're feeling better, you go take a look at that tree you wrapped around." And and it was, oh my God, it was a big tree. Oh, that could not feel good hitting it. And the kid said, "Oh man," he says, "I'm so sorry." He says, "God, I drank too much." And I said, "Well, besides hurting like crazy, you're going to have a hangover tomorrow too." "Oh," he says, "God almighty," he says, I goofed. I really goofed. And well, look, you learned a lesson. That's, I think the trooper said that. He said, "You learned a lesson, kid, but you're going to pay the price. You're getting some tickets. Your dad says you're going to have to pay for them by finding a job somewhere, wherever you can to work." Of course, kid's still with his family. He's a teenager. He says, "Yeah, I know. Oh." And eventually, it was like old home week in there. Mom was in there yelling at him. A few of the nurses came in. The doctor gave him the devil. It was, and but again, we'd all come out and say, "Well, thank God he's alive." And turned out to be a pretty good kid, from what I hear, and it worked out okay. Sad to say, the trooper. And he was an awfully nice guy. He was at some scene directing traffic around Iraq, and he got hit and I believe lost a leg, from the wreck. But I don't know if he could continue as a trooper that way. Maybe as a detective, perhaps he could get a prosthetic. But it was later in life. Yeah, he got clobbered. It was about 2 or 3 months after that incident. Nice guy. I'll tell you, you didn't want to mess with him. He was one of those. Yep, he'd let you have it. But sometimes you need a person like that in your life, and I felt honored to know all of them: the nurses, the doctors, and the dad, the kid, and especially the trooper. I thought they were all. Everyone did the right thing that night, except for the one wrong thing the kid did. But he knew he was wrong, and I imagine he didn't drink too much after that. So, certainly hope so. Anyway, I just thought I'd say, I'll make this a Lord's Prayer moment because time's kind of short, and I like to do one of them a day for all those people involved, those good people. Our Father who art in heaven, hallowed be thy name. Thy kingdom come, thy will be done on earth as it is in heaven. Give us this day our daily bread, and forgive us our trespasses as we forgive those who trespass against us. Lead us not into temptation, but deliver us from evil. For thine is the kingdom, the power, the glory forever. So be it. And again, yep, I can still hear that riot act, the riot act goings on in that one ER room. I can, it still echoes in my head, and but I think all in all, it worked out for the better, all in due time. The car was a total wreck. Yeah, it looked like from the air, it looked like a horseshoe driving down the road. Anyway, in fact, the guy who picked it up said he didn't know how he was going to get it on his trailer. I think he went back to the shop and got a cutting torch. Anyway, we'll see you later. Bye-bye now, friends, and God bless.